coca for a container, like a plastic container. So my mom was like, ahí le metí el almuerzo en la coca. And the woman was like, our friend, she was like, what do you mean? And so she was thinking obviously cocaine. And she was like mind blown by my mom.
Everyone, welcome back to the Cousins Code. Before we start our video today, we just wanted to mention for you guys to go check out my brother's YouTube channel. It's called King David 115. His latest video is Call of Duty Modern Warfare gameplay. So usually he puts up videos of him streaming and a bunch of just gaming videos. So go check that out, please.
Today, we're going to be explaining Colombian slang that we use. It's specific to the Paisa region, so it's not used by all of Colombia. We hope you enjoy. I think some of these words are really funny. So here it goes.
All right, so the first slang word that we use a lot is nodepapaya. So like, especially when you go to Colombia or a country you don't really know or a spot, anywhere, it can be here in the United States, but you say nodepapaya, like don't take out your phone where you don't really like know like the area so much, or especially at night. So you don't want no quiere dar papaya, like no, don't give them a reason to like steal from you or, you know, rob you. So that's pretty much what it means.
Okay, mine is a little bit basic, so it's like Q or que más. That's just basically like, hi, how are you doing? Hello, something.
What's up?
Yeah. You usually use it like on a daily basis over there.
When you're talking to a friend.
Yeah.
And if you are referring to a friend, you can say parce. So like you'd be like, ¿Qué hubo pues parce? Parce means like homeboy, friend, bro, anything of that nature.
Yeah, it's like parcero. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really street talk, but you know, our parents, we've heard our parents use it, my dad especially. Yeah. My word is Ave Maria pues. So it's not that it has a specific meaning, it's just mostly used to like, wow, like when you're astonished or somebody said something and you're like, no way, kind of, that's the terminology where you would use that.
All right, I have one that is en la jugada. We say like, bueno, en la jugada pues, mija, like, ponete las pilas or be like alert, you know, like, don't, you know,
stay on top of something.
Yeah, like, don't, like, you know, just be alert at all times. That's pretty much what it means, like, you know.
Okay. Another one would be bacano or chévere. That's like, you could just be like, oh, something's so cool. It's like fun, like el ambiente, the place. Oh my God, it's like bacano, chévere. Like you're having fun, basically like that, describing something.
And to piggyback off of that one, you can say prendido, which means like lit. You know how we're always like, that's mad lit.
Yes.
Lit / drunk, because I've seen in family parties, es está prendido. That means they're gone. Like, so that's a good one. Mine is droga or drogueria. And so when I was thinking about using this or not, because I'm like, I don't want people to think like, here we do drugs, but we've used this with family friends that are from other, you know, cultures, countries. And they think when you say like, ya llegó la droga, like we don't say that, but our family in Colombia does. So when we're speaking on the phone, we're like, don't say droga because people think it's drugs. That just means to them, it means medicine. So if you go to Colombia and you need a medicine, you're like, where can I find this specific medicine? They're going to be like, vaya a la droguería. And vaya a la droguería basically means go to the pharmacy.
Yeah, like my grandma came here when she first came, and she was like, ¿dónde está la droga? And my mom was like, no use eso porque después piensan que uno aquí hace algo. So I was like, yeah,
she's like, don't use that because, yeah, our neighbors could think that we do drugs, and that's not what it is.
So. Or like even in the outside, like people are just like, while she's walking, and then she'd be talking about that, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Colombia already has a lot of stereotypes, so we don't need to add to it, pretty much.
Yeah. All right, the next one is metieron la cucharada, like metiste la cucharada, like if you go into somebody's conversation, and you're like, no, esta ya metió la cucharada, like when you're talking where like adults are pretty much like talking with, like between themselves, and then somebody, like for example, a child or somebody just comes in and like just has their own input when they're not even talking to them. So he's like, esta metió la cucharada or something.
Nosy, basically.
Yeah. And another one would be para las que sea. So it'd be like whatever you're doing, I'm in. Like I'll be there for you, basically.
Para las que sea, parce, or like
you say that to like a best friend, like you're there for them no matter what.
No matter what, I'm there. Like I'm in. I'm ready.
Another one is chisme or chismosa. Basically, you a gossip girl. You be all in that.
Mine is coca. And so this is a quick story. I'm gonna like narrow it down, but basically a family friend, like my mom was packing food for her and she was Puerto Rican. And so they obviously, we say coca to container. And I asked Michelle doesn't use coca. So this is what I mean. Like even in Colombia, you may be from the same region and you may just use a different word for it. But we say coca for a container, like a plastic container. So my mom was like, ahí le metí el almuerzo en la coca. And the woman was like, our friend, she was like, what do you mean? And so she was thinking obviously cocaine. And she was like mind blown by my mom. And we're like, no, that's how we say container. Like, so we always have to kind of explain ourselves with family friends, because the terminology used in Colombia, and I'm sure in other countries too, is very particular to the regions. And so not everyone understands it.
All right, my word is guaro. So guaro is like aguardiente. That's like a Colombian type of drink, alcoholic drink. And she's like, where's it? ¿Dónde está el guaro? Pues like, traigan el guaro.
Pasen el guaro.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next word is de una. So that's basically like, yes, I'll do it, absolutely.
Or they give you plans and you're like, de una, like,
yeah, let's do it.
You want to go here? Okay, de una.
Let's go for it, whatever.
Yeah.
So another one is estirar la pata, which means you're dead. Like you just die. It's really weird, but it just means die.
And it's funny because, well, this isn't funny because someone died, but they be saying, ese man estiró la pata, like out of nowhere. Usually it's used like, I don't know where they died, like they just passed away.
I hadn't really heard that one.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Oh my God, my dad has used it. And like, my dad tends to like make dark jokes. So it's like, it's something so serious and he'll make like a joke out of it. I'm like, Dad, someone just died. Like,
well, he would even say like in Colombia, when like in funerals, you barely see people like crying. It's like you see like a party back there where like drinking, people making jokes. Like it's a thing they do, like I guess.
Kind of like to honor the person by making jokes. Like,
yeah.
So it's funny. All right. Mine is gula. So my mom grew up telling us this, and I'm sure Michelle's mom too. I don't know if she uses that word specifically, but we say no coma de gula. So basically don't get more than you know you're gonna eat, because then everything else is gonna get thrown away, and it's like, why? So that's something I grew up hearing.
Something also like from what you said, it's like my mom would also say, no coma tan rápido que no le van a quitar la comida. You would always just try to like eat as much as you can. Like she's like, there's no one there. Like no one's gonna take your food away from you.
Yeah. All right. My next one is metieron la pata. So that means la embarraron. Like that means like you made a mistake pretty much. Like you went into like you said something that you messed up pretty much. That was wrong.
And I have another word. It's not really a slang, but it is a word we use like for scrunchy. It's called chulo. So I was like around in 5th grade with my friends at their house, and I had lost my scrunchie, and I was like, oh my God, where's mi chulo? Me lo pueden encontrar. Where's my chulo? And they're like, what are you looking for, a cute guy or something? I'm like, no. I'm like, my chulo, like my scrunchie. And they're like, your moño? Or like, your moña? And I'm like, what? No, I'm looking for my chulo.
Because you know how you call cute guys like chulo in Spanish, like
o la mujer está chula. Yeah, they some cultures say that, and so we don't use that terminology. We say está guapo or está lindo.
Está bien mozo. That's another one, bien mozo. I'm like, okay, oh, bien parecido. My dad's bien parecido. Why are guys so awkward saying other guys are cute? They're like, está parecido.
Está bien parecido, yeah.
My dad. They're kind of good looking. Yeah.
So I say like the guys are so like, such a like. I don't know.
So another one is something that my mom calls me a lot is culicagada. It basically means like a troublemaker, like someone who's always just doing things they're not supposed to be doing, someone who's sassy, someone who gives back attitude all the time.
It's funny because of like the actual word, like yeah, so it just makes you laugh, but literally you grow up from the moment you're a child, you grow up hearing that word.
Like, yeah. Well, how many times have we not been called that?
It's white noise at this point.
Yeah. Just another word.
Yeah. Mine is something else that I heard growing up. Sorry, it's reguerito. And actually it became a thing more for me specifically in my family, because I used to go to this restaurant that is Colombian, and the woman there, it was always like the same waiter. Whenever she would see us come in, she would be like, oh my God, Laurita. And that's how she would call me. And she was llegó reguerito, because reguerito means someone that spills everything. And even to this day, like you can ask anyone in my life, I literally spill everything while I'm eating. Yes. I'll like bump into it by mistake and it goes everywhere.
Like let me know when she doesn't have a chocolate stain.
Yeah. So like, this
lady with your like shirt, or I don't know.
Yeah, I'll eat ice cream and I'll have like a stain here, and I'm like, great. But basically this lady would have to always put a top on my drink, my smoothie, like mi jugo de mora, because I was always ordering jugo de mora, and she would have to put a top on it. And then literally like 2 years later, they just decided to do that universally, but it was always me only. Everyone else would drink it normally, and she would just always put una tapa, like a top. And she was like, and she would always greet me like, aquí llegó reguerito. So my mom just kept calling me reguerito.
All right, my next one is hueputa. So like, everybody uses it all the time to say like anything pretty much, like ay hueputa, or like oh my god, like, or how else can we say it, like hueputa,
like it's like something you can't believe, so you be like, oh my god.
That's
or
pretty much.
I mean, it could also be an insult, like,
or este hueputa, like este hueputa, like Mari.
Like, you can find it in my most recent video for my 24th birthday when I got scared at the candle lighting up. I wasn't used to that, the sparks. And I said, ay hueputa. And I was like that. So it could be used for anything, really. It's just kind of like shit. Like, oh shit. Yeah. So we use that a lot. Probably shouldn't as much, but yeah. Colorín colorado, este cuento se ha acabado, which means this story has come to its end.
Tell us in the comments what slang terms you guys use. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And if you really liked our video, let us know to make a part 2. And if you haven't watched our last video, it was Laura's 24th birthday vlog.
And don't forget to subscribe to my brother's channel at KingDavid115. And while you're here, don't forget to follow us on all our social media at thecousinscode. See you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.